It's like for the audience for Josh Said What, I did a weight cut where I went from I think I was like I started out like 176 pounds. And over like a 3-month period, I just did a gradual decline until like the last couple weeks. Then I grinded it out and got down to 155 or like 155.6. And what I especially motivated me for that was the fact that we're in this industry now and we get to make these relationships with these fighters. And me also working with MMA Stalker and getting to interview these guys and getting to talk to them. Now I know firsthand experience of like the stuff they go through in the weight cut. It makes me more understanding, more kind of having a bit of firsthand experience and knowledge behind like the mentality of trying to get through it, of just the work ethic that it takes to do it and the discipline, and just to have that interpersonal relationship with these fighters and that level of respect. it it only blossoms and take things even further, man.
Yeah. No, having that insight, I mean, you listen to a guy like DC, you listen to a guy like Michael Bisping, you listen to those two especially, um, and you just hear a totally different layer of coverage
Hmm.
on the fight, what's going on, the mental aspect, what the fighter might be thinking in a certain position that a normal fan will understand, and
Yeah.
that's the dope part about this sport is there's so many layers. There's so many layers to it that what you see may not be what is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that? Yeah,
Yeah, because it's such when you're seeing somebody that's in the clinch and you're trying to like as a fan, it's hard to understand all the intricate aspects of being in the clinch and all the different threats that it impose. And sometimes when it looks like one guy is at the advantage in that situation, it's actually the complete reverse. And when you
he's in
have
a
guys like
bad
DC.
situation or something.
Exactly. And when you have guys like Michael Bisping and DC having that firsthand experience being fighters, that's what makes it even more sweeter, more detailed, and it makes the experience more wholesome because you're getting that genuine quality commentating.
Right. Like, perfect example is being on the ground and you're seeing a guy maybe sitting on top of the other guy, but his legs are kind of off underneath him somewhere.
Hmm.
And you're like, why isn't he just punching him in the face? His face is wide open. And he's so focused on the leg area. He might be getting his leg about to get broken off in some type of knee bar, or he has him,
Hmm.
prime position for ankle lock. And, you know, people like Bisbing or DC will walk you through that in a different way, in a different light than another commentator would, because he's been in a lot of those situations before. So
Hmm.
it's just really nice to be able to have that type of thing, and you going through the weight cut. And so many times, I mean, the last three um, weigh-ins that we've been through, we were able to see, or not, I shouldn't say able to see, but witnessed a few guys miss weight.
Hmm.
And as a novice in the industry or a fan, you say, "How do you miss weight? I mean, this is your job. Like, how do you miss weight?" And you don't get it.
Yeah.
You missed it by 2 pounds. Oh my god, he might have been about to die. He I felt like he was about to pass out.
Yeah. Straight up, that's how I felt in those last couple days, because when that last week was, I say hands down, hell week, having to drink what for 7.5 gallons of water in 3 days. I peaked at 176 pounds on Tuesday, and then by Thursday night dropped all the way down to 155.6. That's not something that your body is necessarily supposed to go through, because you have to go through a dehydration process. And by the end of that, dude, I felt so absolutely drained. I could tell that I was dehydrated. If I'd sat there long enough, easily would have passed out easily. And it's the mental, what's the right word I'm looking for, just the mental exhaustion it puts on you. that's what especially sets the difference, like, in that situation where, "Oh, he's off by 2 pounds, how could he miss that?" It's like, there's a lot more to it than you think.